Well, there are over 1,200 business schools in India, but only a handful are showered with the intention of A-list employers. But that number may be less than 50, and not surprising then that the B school grads of these top schools are some of the highest paid executives in the country. So the big question is, which are these best of the best, and for what reasons? The annual Business Today AC Nielsen survey has come out with its latest rankings. Here's what it says.
What's different about the latest Business Today and AC Nielsen survey is that it's completely market-focused. That is, the poll covers the people who matter. MBA aspirants, fresh executives, MBA students and recruiters. Then, for the survey, B school loyalties or preferences are ranked on attributes like reputation, infrastructure, placement, eligibility and faculty. So which schools have got them all? Here's the lowdown on India's top-notch human resource churning field. No surprises, no coups to begin with. The king retains his crown, even cements his position. IIM Ahmedabad, India's management mecca, stays put as India's top B school, and its position last year, numero uno of course. The second best business school of the year 2006, IIM Bangalore too retains its position this year. At the third place is another IIM, that of Calcutta. Safely ensconced in its politically incorrect nomenclature, it sits pretty at the third position. No changes at the fourth slot too. Symbiosis Pune retains its position number 4. Closely followed by the IIM Lucknow, hot on its heels at number 5. IIM Lucknow was at number 5 in the previous year as well. So, no stirrings at the top 5, but the positions of the B schools from here onwards have been shaken and stirred. The number 6 this year is IIM Indore, which incidentally was number 8 last year. It dislodges the XLRI from the 6th position. Climbing a notch from last year is Mumbai's JBIMS, which ties at the 6th spot with IIM Indore. Arresting its slide, but just barely, is XLRI Jamshedpur at number 8. It was, as we said earlier, ranked 6th last year. And now is the time for the real growth stories. Climbing no less than 5 slots this year, ICFAI Hyderabad secures the 9th position. Fast becoming the recruiter's darling, it was the 13th ranked B school last year. Another stellar performer this year is the NMIMS Mumbai. It blazes its way to the 10th best B school slot this year from number 17 in 2006. Bureau Report, headlines today.
Now, as campus salaries soar, recruiters are also becoming more and more selective about the institutes they approach. They try to look at better fitment between the job and the candidate. And they are not exactly averse to hiring from one of the lesser-known institutes for an operational role. But when a blue-chip company wants somebody for a more strategic role, then they go to the top 10. That's their choice.
It's a tough life being a B school recruiter these days. Jaw-dropping salaries topped with generous bonuses are sometimes not enough to get the right talent on board. MBAs passing out of India's top business schools are increasingly getting choosy. They choose when they'll invite the recruiters to the campus day 0, day 1, 2 or 3. Then to get talent on board, recruiters have to offer salaries vastly disproportional to their own salary structures. Brainstorm to come up with the most attractive prerequisite, and finally, once you have hired the talent, you start preparing for that dreaded phenomenon, attrition.
The key issue that recruiter faces in the current campus interviews is, like most of the time in these mass Swayamvar mania, where multitude of employers come in contact in a single day with the entire process becoming very, very mechanistic, and oftentimes the casualty is any creative deployment of recruitment mechanisms.
So which schools are the hot favorites of these recruiters? Like last year, the first 3 positions are booked by the IIMs A, B and C respectively. At the 4th position is Symbiosis Pune, which also retains its slot. The 5th position goes to Ellen Willinkirk Institute of Management in Mumbai. The 6th and 7th position again IIM Indore and IIM Lucknow respectively. Another Mumbai B schools makes its mark at the 8th position, Jamuna Lal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. Fast turning into a recruiter's darling is the B school from Hyderabad, ICFI, which is at the 9th position. The 10th slot is taken by Mumbai's SP Jain Institute of Management and Research. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
All right, not many surprises right at the top, but as you come down the pyramid, quite a few changes and churns. To try and discuss all the details of this BT Nielsen survey here in our Delhi studios are Sridharan, he's the managing editor of Business Today. Also joining us on the phone line from Ahmedabad is Bakul Dolakia, the director of IIM Ahmedabad. Let me start with you, Sri. Nothing surprising right at the top, IIM A, B and C, just like every year that the BT surveys come out. But are these institutions, A, B and C, there on the sheer weight of the reputation that these institutions command, and how long can they survive on just reputation alone?
It's a good question. If you look at the survey, one of the things we found is that we have different categories of brands for these B schools. Over the years, the only business school that has been able to retain its monopoly brand status is actually only the Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad. Both B and C, although they are very good schools, and B is pretty close to A in terms of recruiter preferences and also MBA wannabe preferences. But in terms of the brand equity that these two schools enjoy, that is B and C, they've actually been losing scores over the years. So it's actually not very easy for...
And this IIM reputation, how much of it is because of the artificial scarcity in top-end B schools in this country? And in the number of candidates that they intake?
I think that's a large